We're live.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Shield. Again, my name is Keely Zimmerman. I'm the live animal manager here at the museum. And here's our next creature feature. In honor of the Easter Bunny, we're talking about our bunny rabbit, Bud. Bud is a Netherlands dwarf rabbit. He came to us as a rescue, someone that was no longer able to take care of him at about a year old, and then joined our animal ambassador collection, and in particular our education animals. Now he got his name, he was originally called Thumper, and we did not need another Thumper. We'd had rabbits that were named Thumper for a long time. So she said she called him Bud all the time, and we figured in honor of Bud Shield, why not name our bunny rabbit Bud? So that's how Bud got his name. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to pop into our comment feed as I keep talking, and I'll be happy to answer them. As I said, Bud is a Netherlands dwarf rabbit, so that's one of the smallest breeds of rabbits you can have as pets. Now, before you run out and decide to get your kids a pet bunny rabbit, these guys live 8 to 10 years and need a lot of special care and things like that. They need to get out and run around. Like we're doing right now. They need enrichment, like Bud's playing with right now. So enrichment is that we give our animals, they're items that help stimulate natural behaviors. So Bud might forage and look for food. So that's a puzzle toy that helps them do that. Some other forms of enrichment, they all need hay. So question for you guys, are rabbits omnivores, so they eat meat and plants, herbivores, they eat only plants, or carnivores, they eat only meat? And I'm sure you guys guessed it there, herbivores, they eat only plants. So you're gonna notice he has carrots today. As veggies, he gets hay. So in the wild, they eat lots of different types of grasses. So he's gonna get a ball of hay to play with today. And they also we give them greens. So things like today's green is bok choy. And we actually rotate our greens throughout the week so they get a variety of nutrients and things like that, just like we need to eat different things at different times. The last thing they get is some rabbit grain that has a lot of different nutrients and things in it to help keep them healthy. So I'll put that all there and see what Bud wants to do with it. The last thing, if you saw our post on Thursday about enrichment, we make those balls right here at the museum. So here's some examples of those enrichment balls made out of paper tubes and paper towel rolls. And these actually have bok choy in them, so Bud can play with them and move them around and try to get that out. If you're at home trying to figure out what to do with all your leftover paper towel and toilet paper rolls, feel free to make some of these balls for us. And then, in the future you can donate them. It always is a great help. Our animals love them and love to play with them. Bud's just happy right now eating his carrots though. So to give you an idea about what rabbits we actually have here in North Carolina. So Bud is a domestic species or breed of rabbit because they were bred to be people's pets. But we do have native wildlife that are rabbits in North Carolina. We have 3 species. The most common one, the one you'll find around here, is our eastern cottontail rabbit, And those guys get their name for their tail. However, you don't see those typically in captivity, like a museum or zoo or anything setting, because they can jump really, really high and thus normally end up hurting themselves, and it's really hard to get them not too stressed out to live here. So they do best on their own, which leads me to what do you do if you find a rabbit outside? So I know it's that season. You guys have probably seen little baby bunnies hopping around. People are worried, what do you do if you find a nest? So if you are mowing your yard, you find a nest, if the bunnies aren't hurt, you can just put it right back in there, cover them with some natural materials like leaves that are from that nest, and mom will come back and take care of them. You can also help by, not mowing quite as low to the ground, so you can keep an eye and make sure that if there are some bunny nests, you do not hit them. Oh, Bud's checking everybody out right now. He's enjoying his carrots. He's trying to figure out how to get that one out, so it's a little bit of a challenge. The other thing too is bunnies, cottontails only need to be with their mom till they're about 4 inches long, so 3 to 4 weeks max. So after that, if you see little rabbits bouncing around your yard, they have left the nest, they're on their own, they are fine, don't need to worry about getting them any help. Now if you do find an injured rabbit, there are some animal rehabilitators in North Carolina that can help you, so feel free to contact us and we'd be happy to put you in touch with the right people. So that's in honor of our rabbits again for Easter, and Bud is eating his carrots. Now, does anyone have any questions about rabbits or bunny rabbits? So we kind of talked about what rabbits eat. How often do they eat? They'll eat grass throughout the day as long as they have access to it. We make sure Bud has plenty of hay here at the museum so he can access it and eat it whenever he would like. We also, if you notice, so Bud has, you can see, kind of hops. He uses the muscles in his back legs to move around and hop. He is different from a hare, so if you hear like, tortoise in the hare, things like that, hares are different from rabbits. There's a couple of different things different about them. If you look at a hare, one is typically bigger, has bigger ears, and has bigger back legs. It can actually jump a lot further. So think about toad versus frog. A frog has a lot longer back legs, can jump a lot further than a toad. A toad hops. The same thing with bunny and hare. Bunny's gonna hop, or rabbit's gonna hop, and our hare is going to jump. The other thing too, bunny rabbits are born without fur. They're pretty much naked. Our hares are actually born with fur and almost immediately can start taking care of themselves, unlike our bunny rabbits. So a little bit different, and hares and rabbits are found in different areas of the world. For example, if you've heard of the snowshoe hare, they actually change colors, and hares can do this based on the temperature of their environment. So they'll be brown in the summertime when it's warmer and turn white to blend in with the snow and ice when it gets colder. So you guys can find those up north.
How do you help their teeth grow?
How do you help their teeth grow? So their teeth will grow on their own. The thing you have to really be careful is making sure they don't become overgrown. So allowing them to chew on a variety of different things. So that's why we give them like large chunks of carrot instead of, you could even give them a full carrot and do that if we weren't using this for enrichment. But large chunks of things they can chew on, chew those teeth down naturally. They're actually wooden toys and things that they make specifically for rabbits. Be really careful what you purchase. Some things, wood and types of things, are dangerous to rabbits, so make sure you purchase something that is safe. So look at that when you're going to your pet store or something like that. But there's lots of items to help them chew down their teeth. Some rabbits still, it doesn't work in captivity, and so you have to get a veterinarian involved that can actually file down their teeth. But Bud does a great job keeping down his own teeth, and you'll notice right now he's trying to kind of dig and chew on things himself with his blanket. So any more questions? Okay, so if you're wondering, why do we have a rabbit here at the museum? We have lots of animals that if you were to come visit the museum, you wouldn't get to see. Now, all our animals are ambassadors for their species, but we have an education collection that's behind the scenes that we use just for school groups and special events. And so Bud here, we use a lot of times with younger children and students that are, pre-K, kindergarten, first grade, so that they start learning about what is a mammal. So, do you guys know what's a mammal? What makes something a mammal? So first, mammals are warm-blooded. So we make our own body heat, and humans are mammals, guys. And then also, mammals have live birth, or at least most of them. There are a few species in Australia that don't, but they have live babies. The mommies and the parents help take care of their babies. Moms feed their babies milk. And last but not least, they're covered in hair or fur. So a great first interaction for our younger guests is to try to touch a bunny rabbit, see how it feels, see how soft and fuzzy he is. So it's a great way to start connecting children to animals and wildlife and things like that. So that's why we have our rabbit here as our ambassador collection. Now the majority of our education animals are rescues, like Bud here, where they didn't have homes where someone knew how to take care of them or had the time to take care of them. And so we gave them a second chance here at the Shield. So just make sure if you're looking at getting a bunny rabbit again, you're in for the long haul, you're prepared for 8 to 10 years, you have space for them to run around. You can litter box train them, but they're not 100%. And they have 200 to 300 pellets of poop on average each day. So lots and lots of waste. On top of that, there is a type of waste that they have to eat in order to help reintroduce bacteria into their bodies. So that sometimes happens too. So that can be kind of a little disturbing to some people, but it's a neat fact, and it's because they don't keep that bacteria in their gut all the time. So it looks different from the regular waste. So when they eat that, that helps reintroduce them to their body, so they're able to digest all these different plants that they're able to eat. Any more questions? Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. If you have any more questions about our bunny rabbit or other ambassadors here at the museum, feel free to comment. We're happy to answer later on. And of course, again, if you want to help out, feel free to make some enrichment. Collect those paper towel tubes, those paper rolls, and make cool items that our animals can use. And who knows, you might even be able to see them in the future. So thank you guys for joining us for this week's Creature Feature, and hope to see you guys back here next week.